Hello guys, my name is Willem and welcome to LRDX Cars. Like you can see, like I told you in the last videos, I'm in the Ferrari Museum here, the Enzo Ferrari Museum here in Modena. In the afternoon I will also be going to the Maranello Museum. Yeah, like you can see here, variety of beautiful Ferrari cars from all ages. Yeah, we'll show you around here, show all the cars that are here. And if you haven't seen the last video, in the last video I was at the Mille Miglia. So yeah, it was really worth it. Go check that video out. All the cool cars, a lot of Ferraris also. And a lot of old racing cars in action. Yeah, in today's video I want to take you here through the beautiful museum in Modena. And yeah, please leave a like and subscribe on the channel. Because I will be also going to the Lamborghini Museum and to the Maserati Museum. Even to the Pagani Museum. So yeah, a lot of cool videos to come. So yeah. Enjoy watching guys, and please leave a like and subscribe. Let's get into Ferrari today. Like you see, a really beautiful museum here. I think it's from 2004, the museum here. Really cool presented, all the white floors, all the white side walls and everything. That all the attention goes to the beautiful cars, and yeah, like you can see some very special models even. I will take a quick walk here through. I will show all the cars, of course. I don't know all the names of all the old cars, but yeah, lucky me, there is a bit of a text next to the car. This is a Ferrari 250 GT Competizione of 260 horsepower at the top of 250 in 1956. Yeah, like you can see, a real stunning looking car. Beautiful look to it. You can see the beautiful fog lights in the grille. That's really the nose, recognizable from the Ferrari 250. Yeah, then the special Competizione version will probably be worth quite a lot. And yeah, a real race car in that tail, like you can see with the plexiglass to remove. Nice wooden steering wheel. Real cool look this car. Two exhausts on each side. Beautiful fuel cap, really like it. The fins, bit of thunder blades. And the first car when you enter the museum is the Ferrari F40 SA, it says. I don't know it. Didn't know the car. I thought it was a 275 GTB, but yeah, the nose was a bit different. Like you can see, with different headlights and the beautiful air scoop on the bonnet. Real nice. You can see all the cars are here in real good condition. This car even at 360 horsepower, which is even more than that car. Beautifully designed by the famous design house Pininfarina, one of the best design houses. This is also a car from 1956 with a big V12 in the front. This is more a cruiser car, more a car for the road. Well, that was more a race car. Yeah, still you can race in these cars. Real beautiful tan interior. Really like it, the wooden steering wheel of Ferrari. Yeah, we'll walk here a bit around. You can see some engines. I think it's a 246. So it's a V6, I think. This engine, really cool. Or even a V12, I mean, sorry. 6 on each side. Cool crankshaft. Really nice to show to you. This is another very known car, the 250 GT short wheelbase. Also the Competizione version, like you can see with the beautiful tricolore racing stripe running underneath the car. Two sports exhausts on each side, like you can see, a bit of a muffler in to create a nice sound this car. Nice red leather interior. You can see even some air outlets back then, because yeah, the car is from 1959, and even in that day they were thinking about letting the hot air out of the rear wheel arches. Even in the front, like you can see, real race car, beautiful quilting on the parcel shelf, really like it. And the straps, the leather straps to put some luggage, it's really, yeah, now they still do it. Cool, the manual gearbox. Real cool car, we'll come to the front. You have a better look at this car. Yeah, this one is really a very cool car to look at. Real race car from back in the day. I think some people are still even racing in it now. You can see the air intakes here on the front, even to cool the brakes, I think. Real cool, the big grille and the tricolore stripe running underneath the car, and the air scoop. Really love to drive that car. Another known car is this. I think it's the California 250 GT Cabriolet. Another real good looking car. Like you can see a bit the 250 nose that we just saw on that car, but then more the spider version on this one. So with a nice air scoop in, beautiful wheels. Really like it, the interiors of the Ferraris, of the old Ferraris. Yeah, like I said, also a car from 1959, 240 horsepower from that V12. Does not sound like much, but yeah, those cars were also driving 250 kilometers an hour without any assistance, because yeah, that day didn't have the ABS systems and all the traction control systems that now all the cars have. So yeah, if you was driving 250 in that car at the time, it was really dangerous. It was not your average driving. You really need to be really mad at a bit to do it on the roads. You can see a lot of memorabilia here also, a lot of things to tell, but yeah, I will also show you the cars, of course, because yeah, that's where we are here for the Ferrari 166 Inter. This one, 90 horsepower, not much. Even a soft top light you can see that you can take off. Car I have never seen before, the 250 GTs you sometimes see on an auction or anything, but yeah, this car is really, well, you don't see that much at all. Cool is the center exhaust with a nice finish on the end. Even the bumper, like you can see, extended bumper. Real cool, this one. Also, yeah, the top speed of 170 kilometers an hour in 1950, so yeah, it was really fast. And I think the most known thing about this car is the nose. I've seen some pictures of that car. I think the famous nose, a nice big grille in, Ferrari badge, big lights, and a nice air intake here, of course, to cool the engine. Really good looking car, this one. Really like it. Then if we continue, we first go to that car. This is a 275 GT S4, it says. Also with a nice V12 in. This car is from 1966. Real stunning looking car, I think. Real beautiful, the design. The Pininfarina house on the old Ferraris still look good. The prices of those old Ferraris are really rising. They are almost unpayable. You need to be a billionaire or something, because yeah, some Ferrari cars are going about 10-20 million. So yeah, it's not. It's really to put in a museum. It's a bit crazy, but yeah, the designs really are something else. And like you can see, all the cars here are kept in top condition. Like you can see this car, like you can read 5-speed manual, big V12, and of course 300 horsepower, 1966, which was yeah, more than enough. Cool is the air outlets here, really nice. I like to see some design elements from those days really come back now. You still use it, that design language, and I think it's not a bad thing. Real cool car, this one. Then another car I haven't seen at all before is this one. I think it's an old race car, the 250 LM. Yeah, the name I recognize. I've seen one before with a silver one with the Italian flag underneath. This is also a very special car, 320 horsepower from the V12, top speed of 295 kilometers an hour, which is crazy fast in 1963. Like I said, if you were driving 300 kilometers an hour in this car, you would really be a madhead to do it. Really be a lot of risk. Cool are the air intakes, like you can see. Cool front wheel arches and the brakes. Beautiful finish here over the lights, which I really like. Even underneath an extra fog light, it is closed. Very cool is the air meshes in the front are a bit with a cover on that the rain won't get in, I think. Mid-engine setup, like you can see. A big V12 in the center. 320 horsepower, real track car, this one. Real cool, the fuel filler cap, cool big exhaust. A lot of air meshes here under here. Beautiful, the lines, the humps. Really cool design. It's really something else. Even have a chassis of a car there. Don't know what car that is. Does not stand anything about it. So yeah, but cool to see. A lot of history. If you're here, really take the time to read it all. Even a cool shelf. I think it was a bit of the prototype of the, I don't know how the Ferrari is named. I think it was the another Spider version. This is a 275 GTP. That one I know. That one you see sometimes. It's quite expensive, but yeah, on an auction or something, you see them sometimes. And in this color, the Giallo Modena, it's really a good looking car. Really love the design. You can see the air outlets here. The design really comes back. Now on the A12 company journey, also on the F12 TDF, we saw that design coming back. Also like see the single light on the rear is also something that comes back in the design of the beautiful Ferraris. The two big exhausts on each side, really cool. This one even has a trunk, it's quite handy. Quick glimpse on the inside, beautiful seats, beautiful leather seats. Even here some air outlets. Of course designed by Pininfarina. So yeah, what else? I think they miss it now a bit, the design from Pininfarina. Really cool cavalcade badge in that this car, I think, drove the Ferrari cavalcade. Then another very known car is that Ferrari Daytona, but in a special color, like you can see, more darker red color. I think it's more of a Rosso Fiorano color. Maybe you can read something about it. 350 horsepower in a beautiful V12 car from 1968, it says. Then another thing is the two lights on the rear. Now you see it in the F8 Tributo that they really change it in the years. Then they have the single lights and they have the double lights. Because yeah, in that time they also did it to change it up a bit, but still keep the cool look to it. This car even is a right-hand drive car. A beautiful Daytona racing seats in. Like you can see the Daytona inserts on the seats. Really cool, this one. Beautiful dark red color. The 365 just GTB4, and like you can see beautiful design elements here, even in the lights. And then of course the popping lights that come out. Really was in that time period. Maybe if we go a bit down, we can see the lights there put down. Really cool. And maybe go that way because it's a bit crowded there. Another very known car is this, the 208 GTB. Even the GTB Turbo it says. A more newer car from 1982. Bit newer, also with the popping headlights. This car had 220 horsepower from a V8, which isn't that much, but yeah, the car was lighter because it used the V8 and was turbocharged, like the name says. I think it's one of the first cars that they ever turbocharged. Maybe the F40 was also turbocharged, but I think it came later. Beautiful design. You can see also something that really comes back. The air outlets here, cool air intakes here on the side door. This design also comes back a lot. And the beautiful Ferraris, yeah, really cool. Really nice to see all the details up close. You can see the car is really split in parts. Something you see also now on the Ferrari Monza SP2, that they have some lines to really give a contrast between the design. Cool is all the air outlets. Here all the air meshes, of course. Cool. The car, probably the radiators will be there. Real good looking cars. I really like it. And another very expensive car, I think, is this Ferrari 375 mm, it says. From 1953. I think I've never seen one before. Real cool look to it. The very big grille here. A lot of air can of course go to the radiators. You can even see there the radiators. Really nice. Toke, yeah, because it's of course a track car. And if you're standing here, you even see the disc brakes and everything. Because yeah, at that time the brakes weren't that good at all. It was really risky to drive the car. Cool air intake here. The straps, of course, to put the bonnet off. To save weight, of course. The car also used a V12 with 350 horsepower, which is quite a lot. 275 kilometers an hour. And like you can see, I think this part you can even remove. You can sit in it with two people, or if you're racing it, you will close it. Of course, for the air drag. Beautiful is the fuel filler cap. I think it's a titanium. Cool. Two exhausts on each side. Crazy sound will come out of that car. Yeah, really cool car, this one. Really like it. It'd be crazy to race in it, I think. Cool with all the clusters. Really nice. Really like it. Then another more newer car is this. I think it's a 550 or a 575. Not sure what it says. There's nothing with it, but yeah, I guess it's a 550 or a 575. Really nice, this one. Bad boy's car. And the Rosso Corsa. You can see most of the cars are on the famous Rosso Corsa. So it really is the Ferrari color. Cool design by Pininfarina. The V12 in the front. Really nice. Yeah, like I said, it was a Ferrari 550 from the year 2000. Nice V12 in it. 485 horsepower. Really nice, big air intake. Real cool. This car with the long nose. Really still looks good, I think. The Pininfarina design really stays for years good. Then another 308 GDB here from 1975 with the V8 in, of course, in the center. So good looking cars like you see with all the air outlets. That of course the engine can be cooled. Not too much going on here. Even an air intake on the side to cool the engine. Beautiful interior. And what I really like is the sequential gearbox, like you can see that it is fully open. Design that now comes back in the SF90 and the 296 GDP, the newer gearboxes, that they have a bit of the look of the sequential gearbox. Cool metal look, yeah, and those will make a nice sound when you shift, when you click in. Real cool. This I think is also a race car with the toque in front. And here is a Dino Ferrari, a beautiful blue. I think it's a blue Corsa color. Really nice. The V6 in the Dino Ferrari. 195 horsepower in 1969. Even a right-hand drive car that you can see. Cool 5-speed manual in. And these cars were really fun cars to drive. More lightweight with the V6 in. The Dino GT. Cool is also the color. Then the last car here in this hall here. There are of course a lot of other places we can check out. Is this a Ferrari 275P. I think it's also a race car that's not legal on the road. But yeah, car you won't ever see probably. Only if you're going to a special, maybe on the Goodwood circuit or anything, or a special old Ferrari race. But yeah, these are really $1 million cars. So yeah, they were most of the time here in the museum. Very cool is the sort of spoiler effect they created on the more of a safety. Cool is the painted Scuderia shields. Really nice. Of course the engine in the center. A real race car, this one. Will be probably very light, I think. Even some air outlets underneath, like you can see, they were even thinking in that time about airflow underneath the car, which is quite nice. Cool is the full filler cap. Now you can see the blue seats, more of a fabric on the blue seats. Really cool. Of course to save weight. And yeah, it's a race car, so yeah, you don't need all the comfort. Really cool is on the rear that everything is open. All the hot air can flow out of the car. You can even see the gearbox and everything between. Real cool, this one. Yeah, 220 horsepower on a V12, 290 kilometers an hour. It's quite fast. There's not a weight with it, but yeah, I think this car will probably weigh under 1000 kilos. Because yeah, only 220, and then it's top speed that is so fast. It's really mad. Real cool. Yeah, and we'll continue the tour a bit. I hope you enjoy it a bit here in the Ferrari Museum. And we come here in the room where all the engines are. You can see the beautiful V12, 6.5 liter. I think this is the one that is in the E12 super fast, 6.5 liter V12. Really cool. Very big engines. All the engines have won a lot of awards even. What is this one? Don't know. Also V12 of course. Really cool. See it from close. Yeah, the engineers here at Ferrari are really something else. Very good. Look at this one. Some V8s here. They're real cool. Well, I can see they even, I don't know, make the design that the engine still looks good, which is quite cool. The beautiful finish here, the Ferrari finish. Really like it. This is the engine from 2004, 2008. This is from the Ferrari California, it says. That one was from the 430. You can see the setup changes a lot. Then it's more higher, then it's more lower. With some turbos on, without turbos. Yeah, really cool. The engineers here at Ferrari really are, artists, I think, in my eyes. Making the best engines, I think, in the world. Another V8 from 1987. This one is the one in the F40. Another very known car, the Ferrari F40. The very big turbos on, like you can see. The side, the 3 exhausts, which is known on the Ferrari F40. Really cool. Then this one was from the 208 GDP Ferrari. Continue here, all the V8s, that were all the V12s we just saw. This is a 670 horsepower from the 488 GDB. Like you can see, all the setups change constantly. Here now the turbos were more on the side of the car, even bigger turbos, because yeah, the 488 was a turbocharged car. Then this one is a newer from the GTC Forluso T, also a turbocharged car. But like you can see, the engines are not the same at all. Real beautiful design on it. Really cool. Take a closer look at. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm not the engineer, I'm not the most technical guy of the cars. I know a lot about them, about the history, about the names, but the technical part is a bit not my thing. I'm not a mechanic at all. I know how an engine works and how a car works and everything, but yeah, that's it. So yeah, that's why I just showed you the engines. I'm not gonna talk too much about them, because yeah, it's not my my type of thing. I really like to just talk about the cars. Yeah, like you can see, really is a very beautiful museum here. Really presented well all the cars. So if you're nearby Modena, really come check it out. I think it was only 15 euros or something to get in, so yeah, not that expensive at all. And there's some cars like this 250 LM you would never see in your life, I think. Like this 166 also, you won't ever see them driving. So yeah, please come to here and we'll see if we can find some other cool cars here. Then we come here in another part of the museum. My dad told me that it's even 75 years of Ferrari, which is quite nice. FF, but I'm gonna straight go to that car, because yeah, Scuderia Ferrari is all about racing. This is the 2003, it says, Formula 1 car, the nice V10. I think 2003, it can be maybe Michael Schumacher. I think that was driving that car at the time. There's nothing. Talks. It says that car has 845 horsepower, which is nuts. And a V10 till 18,300 RPM, it says. Which is crazy. Yeah, quite nice. Of course, they won 11 world titles, it says. Yeah, cool to see it in person. Can't see it that much on the TV, but you can see a lot going on, a lot of flicks. Even this is all in carbon fiber. All the vanes to control the air, to here big air intake to cool the V10, of course. And like you can see, very small place, not comfortable at all. Small steering wheel, small seat. It has like nothing fabric in it, just a carbon cage you really sit in to save weight, of course. All the cool fins, even a cool spoiler here on the side. Then of course the bigger spoiler on the rear. Really cool, the fin on top. Yeah, I was guessing it right. It's Schumacher's car, like it says there. Maybe zoom in a bit, because you guys probably wouldn't see it otherwise. Very nice. Then the slick tires on, like you can see. Very big slick tires on the rear. It's also something that, yeah, when you are watching the Formula 1, yeah, they look like just normal tires, but yeah, that's why they always put it on with two people, the tires, because yeah, they're really big. Nice carbon fiber diffuser even. You can see all the airflow of the car, really cool. Nice carbon fiber parts and everything. Then you can see, I thought there would be an exhaust in the center, but the two exhausts are on top of there. Yeah, probably because the shortest way to get out, the engine is there. Fast exit out, otherwise, yeah, it would also be weight if they need to extend the exhaust. Really cool, BBS wheels it says. Real nice car, this one. And yeah, we'll continue. There is the first 4x4 Ferrari. First time they were using a four-wheel drive system. The Ferrari FF from 2011 it says. Still a great looking car. I think this is more of a darker rosso color, not the standard rosso Corsa. Real nice one, this one with the big V12 in. I think it was a 6.3 liter V12. Beautiful Daytona seats. Carbon finishes on the steering wheel and on the air meshes and everything, on the air conditioning meshes. Really nice. Two big exhausts on the rear where a beautiful V12 sound will of course come out of. Real nice, a bit of a diffuser here created, small fin, really cool. Then two round lights on each side, with even some air outlets here, even on the rear wheel arches, some air outlets, of course, to cool the rear wheels. Then, like you see here, this mesh is also to cool the brakes, of course. Nice Scuderia Ferrari badge. I think this car had about 630 horsepower, 660 it says, still 8,000 RPMs, and the 7-speed dual clutch gearbox, I think it was. Yeah, really nice, 335 kilometers an hour. And then you can even put your kids to the back, real crazy. And I'm gonna go through here, because yeah, a lot of you will probably know this car. I think one of the most desirable Ferraris ever made, the Ferrari F40, one of the first turbocharged V8s. And yeah, price is going up very well. Because yeah, like you can see, it still has a great look to it. Very fast car, very lightweight, really cool to take on track. You can open the front shelf, it will go upward. Also the rear you can fully open up. And these are the more daytime lights, and then you have some other lights that pop out. And like you can see, I told you on the other cars in the other part of the museum we just saw, the design of those air outlets and air inners, yeah, it really comes back in the design language. Nice lip here, some air intakes, of course, to cool the car in the front. Really nice, cool wheel design. And if you take a look on the inside, full racing seats, even a roll cage, yeah, because this car is really built to take on track. Nice 5-speed manual. Small steering wheel, also something that is known about the Ferrari F40, is a small steering wheel that is also placed a bit in a weird place. And like you can see, really stripped down, nothing comfortable about it. And see, the first carbon fiber was not that great to look at, but yeah, it was carbon fiber they really used. I think this whole body of the car is in carbon fiber. If you take a quick look, I don't know if you guys can see it. You can even see it in the paint job. But yeah, because the paint job was very light. I think it was very thin paint. You can even see a bit of the carbon fiber here on the car. The cars that have that effect on it, you know that they aren't resprayed or anything. It's quite cool. The cars are getting very expensive and you have that special design to it that you can really see the carbon fiber through. Then we just saw the engine of the F40 on the other part, and now we can see those 3 exhausts coming back. That beautiful engine, really great. I think this car also had about almost 500 horsepower, I think, which is in the 90s quite fast. Then, yeah, known for the turbo a bit, the turbo lag that the turbo kicks in a bit later. Beautifully present V8, the radiators next to it, really nice. You can even read some of the chassis numbers on it. 1430 kilos it says, which is not much at all, about as much as your average Fiesta. Cool Brembo brakes, really nice. Then this is cool, that you can unclick it like I told you, that you can put all the front shelf in front, and even the bigger air intakes on the side, which is quite cool. Also in the same design, very nice. And then also designed by Pininfarina, of course, because yeah, one of the best design houses. Then if you continue, Maserati here also. I'm gonna check what name it is. Quattroporti, of course. Yeah, Fordor. I think it would be probably one of the first Quattroportis. 1964 it says. V8, 260 horsepower in it. And yeah, the most noticeable thing about Maserati is, of course, the trident in it. Looks really good. Nice air intake. Really cool to look at. And more comfortable cruiser car. It still looks quite good. I think in that time Maserati was working a bit with Ferrari to maybe get their V8s from Ferrari to tune them a bit. They work closely together because yeah, they're all companies that are based here in Modena. Yeah, real nice to look at. Then next to it is another very special old Ferrari, I think, by Carrozzeria Touring, not by Pininfarina, the design house in Milano. Then, yeah, very known about that shape. This car, I don't know the name. I'm gonna check it, the 166 Inter Touring Superleggera. We saw another 166 on the other part of the museum. But this one has, yeah, the special effect to it, like I said, on the rear. Real cool, also with the big air intake in the front. A nice stripe to really split the bonnet apart. Really cool, this one. Then a car I didn't talk about is that 612 Scaglietti there. Maybe also gonna go there. Yeah, it's really nice to walk around here. You can read a lot of history here about Ferrari, about the racing. Real nice, this one. I think the F40 is probably the highlight here in this part. Real cool. Then I didn't talk about this 612 Scaglietti, the car. That was really a bit the predecessor of the FF next to it. Which I can see you could also sit with 4 people in this car. And yeah, the inside is really nice finished. Nice quilting in, beautiful chocolate leather. Really cool. Yeah, even the panoramic roof, which is in that age quite unseen. Like I said, the 612 says Santa, it even says. Maybe it's a special version even, because yeah, when I look closer, it's a bit of a special paintwork on this car. I didn't even see it before. Thought it was a full black car, but like you can see the car has 2 colors. The more grigio center color, and the next with the more black, separated with a nice pinstripe. It's quite cool. Of course, V12, 540 horsepower in this one. Really nice. Bit of the look of the 599. Quite cool. It was in the same years, the 599 and the 612. And like I told you, this was more the comfortable car that you could sit in with 4 people. Well, the 599 was more the hardcore car. Yeah, I think we saw most of it. Really cool here in the Ferrari Museum. Yeah, like see here on the outside is also quite nice. Maybe gonna end the video here on the outside. Yeah, nice to take a look here. Really, come to Modena, to the Ferrari Museum if you're nearby. That's why the name was probably the 612 Cesante, because it's a sort of a special version. There you can see the 2 colors, probably a limited one, and then you can see even the silver finish there on the diffuser. Yeah, it's quite unseen. Didn't even know that this car existed in the two-tone color. Quite cool. A bit of a Rolls-Royce look to it. Yeah, the F40, really a dream car. This one, I think for a lot of guys, a dream car. Yeah, now the price is rising quite fast. I think a couple years ago you could find them, I think under 1 million, but yeah, now even with the now the market, that the car market is going a bit crazy. Yeah, these cars are also rising, but yeah, it was, yeah, I could guess it that it would happen because yeah, it's a Ferrari and the special models, the Ferrari F40 and the Enzo and the LaFerrari are all in the same league as this one and the big five. So yeah, those are all $1 million cars. So yeah, quite cool on this to see it. Saw it before on an auction, and even yesterday at the Mille Miglia we saw it driving. But yeah, to see it more close in person, it's always cool. Really like it, this one. This is his office of Enzo Ferrari from back in the day, because yeah, now we're in his house where they built the museum. Real cool to see. These are even the glasses of Enzo Ferrari. Real cool, 1958 it says. Spectacles, real cool. Some memorabilia, of course. All the photos here. Then we see here on the wall the very first Ferrari that came out of Maranello. Real cool to see. We even have the engine here. Engine of the 125S. That's the model from 1947. Already drove 170 kilometers an hour, it says. Only weighed 650 kilos, which is fucking very light. Nice V12 in it, of course. This one even very small but long one. And then you see the gearbox even. Very cool to see in person. Very first V12 Ferrari, where it all began. Real nice to share with you guys. Yeah, like you can see guys, this was the house of Enzo Ferrari, where the museum was. There, the newer museum we just visited. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed here a bit of the first part of the tour here through the Ferrari Museum. Now we're on Modena, and in the afternoon I will also be checking out the other museum in Maranello. But yeah, I will be making another video about it, because yeah, I think this video was long enough already. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it a bit, the Ferrari history. I am really a big Ferrari fan myself. Sorry it's a bit sunny here outside that I can't see too much, but yeah, so nice to share a bit of the Ferrari history with you guys. And yeah, I love the Ferrari models. So if you also like Ferrari, please leave a like and subscribe on the channel, because yeah, there will be a lot more supercar videos to come in the future. Big thanks for watching guys, and see you in the next video. Bye!